Raindrops, yes. Well, first of all, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers around the world, whether you're on earth or in heaven. Happy Mother's Day. What would this world be without mothers? So I just want to wish a very, 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 very happy Mother's Day to all the raindrops who are moms, okay? All the mother raindrops and all the mother effers who are also raindrops. Yes. And if you're like me, all these boop boop is my sons. Yes. So happy Mother's Day to me. Yes. All right. Before I get started with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 2 recap, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like and comment, because you never know, I may respond to you. And do what? Yes, hit the notification button, baby, so you don't miss an episode. Okay, let's get started. In the multiverse of Carlos King, baby, tonight's episode of Atlanta Housewives was about Martell, yeah. So let's just dive right into it. Y'all have no idea how funny this is to me. It really is. It makes me laugh so much to know that one of the stars of my creation, Love and Marriage Huntsville, is pretty much a major storyline on my former show. It's hilarious to me. And what's also crazy, I'm responsible for the drama tonight. But not in the way you think. Okay, let's get started. So, the continuation of Kenya addressing Sheree, alleging that Martell slid in her DMs. Now, based on the correspondence of what Kenya was saying, Kenya never once said exactly what Martell said, okay? Because she doesn't have the receipts. So as they're having this exchange, you see Martell looking very perplexed, and even Sheree, because Sheree feels like, I have spoken to you about Martell for the many months we've been dating. If you see in last season's reunion, Martell called Sheree. Kenya was like, oh my gosh, Martell. And it was nice to see that they have fun with Martell calling Sheree. Everybody spoke to him, right? And according to Sheree, Kenya always asks about Martell. Now, y'all know I go up for Kenya. Kenya, for the record, is my sister. That's my girl. She is a real friend. If you watch Love and Marriage DC, you know that Ashley Silva doesn't give the D in friend, because in her eyes, you have to earn the right to be a friend. Duh. I'm letting you all know Kenya Summer Moore is a friend. Duh. I love her. I stand 10 toes down for Kenya Moore. Now, I got that out the way. Listen, I got to be honest. Sheree intimated that here I am talking to you about Martell since the day I started dating him. And then all of a sudden, we're shooting a TV show. And now you want to bring up that Martell slid in your DMs. Points were made. No shade. Points were made. Points were made. Now look, as the king of reality television, I like it when cameras happen on camera. Okay. So because Kenya, who has produced DVDs, straight to DVD movies, straight to DVD videos, booty videos, exercise videos, I am also a subscriber of More Vision Media, her production company. We all saw Twa, okay, that Will Packer produced. Kenya's an icon. She is. So because I know that Kenya inherently is a producer, I'm also not mad at the fact that Kenya, listen, let's have a real conversation. Kenya is trying to save the show. Y'all did not like last season. Quiet as kept, y'all haven't liked many seasons. Let's have a conversation. Y'all read last season for filth, and rightfully so. Last season was not great. It wasn't. If I had to grade it, I'll give it a C minus. It wasn't great. Kenya is a perfectionist, and Kenya wants to make sure that anything she's a part of has to be great. So, am I excusing that Kenya perhaps may have waited until the real life special? Remember, the real life special is when the camcorder's on and you hit the record button and it's a red light. And when it's a red light, people act a certain way and they're activated. So Kenya had this secret that she was waiting to tell Sheree. And instead of telling Sheree at Chateau Sheree with baseboards or not, okay, Kenya wanted this to get out. And baby, she got it out. Now, because Kenya, hey, Kenya, look, next time you're going to use an old receipt, make sure you screenshot that thing. Make sure you call Instagram headquarters /LLC and you ask them to go into your history, my love, and you ask them, how can you uncover old DMs so that when you are prepared to start some drama, you have your receipts backed up? Kenya, who raised you? Me. I did. That's what. I digress. Anywho, so Martell looks very surprised, like, I don't remember, DMing you. And, it got a little heated. And he excuses himself, like, wait, I just don't remember doing it. I just don't remember. So Martell goes through his phone. In the words of Nene, you never win when you play dirty. No shade. This is no shade. Let's have a real conversation. So Martell went on his iPhone, honey. No, not the one where he records Melody's conversations, allegedly. I'm playing with you, Martell. You know I'm joking. Y'all know I got to break Huntsville in this mess, honey. Yes. Anywho, so Martell went on his phone, the one that he protects, and he goes through his DMs and he sees the message and he tells her exactly what he said. Now, this is why it always comes back to Carlos King. I literally be in my cloffice, minding my business with my to-do journal. You're about to see all my secrets. In my to-do journal. And somehow, somewhere, some way, things come back to me. So let me tell y'all something. Okay. And I said this last week's recap, but I'll go even further now. Long story short, Kenya is a fan of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. She loves the show. So I think it was around season 2. I had a couple of Instagram lives with like my friends in the business, Sheree, Kenya, Jennifer Williams. I would just go Instagram live to talk about this show, whatever. Kenya said some nice things about Martell. He was a great dad, all these things. Martell is alleging that he reached out to her because of what he saw on my Instagram Live. Now, look, Martell, I love you. However.org, you were still married to Melody at this time. So why are you DMing another woman, platonic or not, in her DMs? Why are you doing that? You could say a thank you in the comments so that the world can see it. Did Melody know that you were DMing Kenya Moore? Now look, according to your receipts, you were saying thank you. And since today is Mother's Day, I got to ask the mamas who are married or in a relationship. And let me know in the comments. If your husband, fiance, or boyfriend DM'd another woman to just say thank you for a compliment she gave him, does he need to run that by you? Do y'all consider that being inappropriate? Do y'all consider that cheating? Let me know in the comments. So the way Sheree reacted, Sheree felt that this tea was cold because she was like, this happened 2 years ago. Who cares? Like, did he try to sleep with you? Did he try to boink you? Did he try to ask for your DVDs? Did he ask for the booty? Like, what did he want? So Sheree feels like you're supposed to be my girl. And this is where things get a bit dicey. Sheree feels like you are my girl. And if you felt so strongly, why confront him around other people? And then Candy got involved, saying that Candy and Monique also got involved, saying that Martell was using Sheree for clout and that he was dating or sleeping around with other women in Atlanta. Martell is now divorced. Sheree and Martell are dating. They're hanging out. They're getting to know each other. Unless Sheree and Martell are in an exclusive relationship, is it wrong that Martell is also talking to other women? Let's talk about it. Is it wrong that he may be sleeping with other women? I think what we have to realize is Sheree is a grown woman. She has 3 kids. She's been married before. Sheree looks the best now than ever. Sheree looks younger than half these girls on television. I think Sheree wants to get banged with her bang-yangs and wants to have a good time. I think Sheree just wants to ride something outside of the donkey in the backyard. I think, listen, I know Sheree personally. And I'm not going to tell y'all her business because I can't keep a secret. Sheree is having a good time. Sheree is having a twirl on Martell, baby, on top of him, inside of him, outside of him. Sheree is having a good time. I don't believe at all that Sheree and Martell are in an exclusive relationship. I don't think their relationship is fake. I have been around them before. And my 2 eyeballs, let's talk about it. I've been around them before. Sheree invited me to her house for something. And I get over there and Martell's there. And I'm like, oh, this real? I'm like, this real? Okay. I'm teasing. I have seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it. I've seen it. And me and Sheree have conversations. And I'm not gonna tell y'all what we talk about, but I don't believe that they're dating for publicity. I don't believe that. Because the thing is, I have seen them in situations that wasn't public. You get what I'm saying? And this isn't a situation to where I'm at an event that cameras are there. I'm not. So whatever they have going on is real for them. I think we get caught up in labels. You're my boyfriend, you're my girlfriend. We go together, we don't go together. I think once a woman and a man reaches the point of being over 40, are we still doing labels? That's a real question. Oh, to people who both have been divorced, why would you want to rush into something serious? Martell is fresh off of a divorce. I would be shocked if he decided to be in an exclusive relationship. I would think he's moving on too fast. That's my opinion, though. And what I saw tonight, listen, a lot of y'all in the comments were like, are they hating on Sheree's relationship? I'm not going to say they're hating on it. Look, I see things differently because I am a producer. I think Candy, Monietta, and Kenya were trying to make good television. That's what I think. I think they said, we have to make sure this season starts off great. So this is the one thing we have that could start some drama. The proof is in the pudding. This was not talked about during the hiatus of the show. And Sheree and Kenya are neighbors. When she went over there to borrow some sugar, some flaxseed, some Drano, some hefty trash bags, Kenya nor Sheree talked about this. So what was displayed tonight to me was, let's surprise Martell and Sheree with this information and let's see how far it can go. Listen, and this is real, I'm not mad at it by any means. I'm not. But this is what I will say. If you're going to put so much inventory into this storyline, you need to make sure it has something new every time we see this person, meaning Martell and Sheree, together. Because whatever is your storyline for the first episode or the second episode, okay, that pretty much sets up what the story is going to be for the season. So it goes back to what I said last week. Without Martell, nothing would be happening. Candy and Courtney's awkward dialogue, y'all gonna be mad at me again, that was for TV. That's not anything rooted in real life. That was for television. I'm not saying they were faking it, so don't quote me. Carlos King says it was, I'm not saying it was fake. What I'm saying is, when a new person enters this reality world on a show that's been on for 15 years, that person has to make their mark, or else they'll be peachless, or in this case, impeached. Courtney was trying to get a moment, and Candy recognized what she was doing and said, I'll play along with you. And again, I'm not saying it's fake. It's one of those things where, and that's why Jasmine, my co-host / guest, last week also said Candy gave Courtney way too much, because in real life, I think Candy would have said, this is where I'm walking away. But again, what they're trying to do, and again, for the record, I'm not saying I'm mad at it. I like activated folks. If you on TV, activate. Although activate in RHOA. But listen, 15 seasons, give us something at this point. So you can't rest this season on Kandi versus Courtney. Because as the audience, we're like, is it that serious? And as I looked at that moment between Kandi Moneta, Kenya, Sheree, Martell, I'll just say this. Obviously, Martell is on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Which means he ain't gonna be there. Which means he ain't gonna be there every day. I'm gonna need y'all to have something that whets my appetite. Pause. You know, like I said, I liked it. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I just am waiting to see what's that one big thing or things, plural, that we can sort of see is being set up for the rest of the season. Okay? All right. To me, that was the best part of the episode. Do y'all agree or disagree? To me, that was the episode. I mean, we saw Drew come back. So Drew Sidora is back. I guess she negotiated her deal. She signed the paper. She got the contract. Now, I don't know. She got Quad's contract for Marriage to Medicine because Quad was out, baby, for 6 weeks, honey. Yes, Quad. Honey, Drew Sidora said 6 days. Honey, Quad said, I'm not showing up for 6 weeks. Drew Sidora said, I can do 6 days, child. I'm going to need this check. I ain't mad at you, Drew. Y'all know I love you some Drew Sidora. Okay. So we saw Drew Sidora. She's in the studio making some beats. And she's getting her SZA and Summer Walker on. And I can appreciate that because Drew can sing. She has pipes. Rav also has pipes, but he uses them outside the studio. Drew Sidora uses her pipes to sing. Rav, I want to say Rav Sidora. Rav Pittman uses his pipes in Florida, honey. Flow, ride, huh? I love Ralph too. I'm being silly. Leave me alone. Okay. So we saw them in the studio making some beats, dropping some beats. Hey, Nene Leaks. And they sort of are foreshadowing that something could be going on between Drew and Ralph. Now that we know that they both went on their motorbike to speed down the highway so that one of them can beat each other to the courthouse. So they're talking about their issues that they're having and how Drew can relate to, not can relate, Drew wants her music to be relatable based on what she's going through in her personal life. Now, we all know Drew played T-Boz in TLC. Drew can act and she can sing. Once again, I just need to know what else are we going to see besides another housewife in the studio. We've seen it. Unless it's Kim Zolciak Bierman, I don't think we care to see another housewife in the studio. Or Candace. Candace is actually, and when I say housewife, I meant Atlanta. Candace on Potomac has a stellar singing career. Shout out to Candace. So listen, I want Drew Sidora, if you're going to start this music career, all I'm saying is we need to be able to follow this storyline and see the fruition of it. And if that's something you want to do, then I think by all means you're able to do it. So that was Drew and Ralph. I'm happy that Drew is back. She wasn't in the episode last week because she was trying to renegotiate her contract, allegedly. I'm happy that it all worked out, Drew. Now, the other thing that happened in this episode, okay, so y'all got to see Eric, the showrunner. He also is the producer on Potomac. And he's the one that Candace was like, Eric, after Giselle tried to say Chris Bassett was, doing something. Okay. Allegedly. So then what we did see was Eric had to step in because Candy and Todd was reluctant to bring up the unfortunate shooting that took place at their restaurant. A lot of y'all in the comments were 50-50 on this because a lot of y'all said, no, it's a legal issue. We respect it. Don't talk about it. Some of y'all were like, no, you're on a reality show. Talk about it. I appreciate that what's happening in reality television is the fourth wall is being broken more. We're getting an opportunity to see more of what the producer has to do for the reality star to give y'all a great scene. And I will say this. When a reality star is dealing with something legal, from my experience too, it is very complicated for them to talk about it. And let me tell you why. I'm actually dealing with this right now with a cast member at one of my other shows. When a reality star is going through something legally, their lawyers will say, don't talk about it on camera in detail because what you say can be used against you in a court of law. The extreme case scenario would be they can pull the footage, subpoena the tapes of what you said on the show. The jury can listen to it and watch it. You could say something that could be misconstrued. So it is true that lawyers will tell their clients, don't talk about this on the show because whatever you say can be used against you in a court of law. So that is the case. So that's why Candy and Todd did not want to talk about it, because God forbid they say something that could be used against them. That's why I be telling y'all, sometimes keep your mouth shut. Y'all be want to know everything about everything and everybody, when that can also get you in trouble. So I respect these business owners for saying, nah, we ain't gonna talk about it. We're just not. What happened in that situation is unfortunate. Anybody getting shot at work. And the unfortunate part is when you're the face of a company, no matter if it directly involves you or not, anything your employees do, you as the CEO will get blamed for it when you actually did not do anything. That's one of the drawbacks from being an entrepreneur, from being the owner of anything when you have a team. Your team mistakes will be reflected onto you. And that's the unfortunate part. And I don't think Candy nor Todd nor anybody else involved in that institution should be blamed for the unfortunate actions that someone else did. That's honestly how I feel. So it was something that obviously was brought up before the season started airing. So I'm with Eric. Talk about it, but talk about it in a way where it makes sense to the audience. And that's what Candy did in her interview. Now, we're going to see what happens with that too. But again, I think that's the only good thing to talk about. Listen, we'll see how the next episode is, because listen, this is coming from me, and I want to hear from y'all, Raindrops. I want to see how an episode is without Martell being in it. I want to see if this season can be good without Martell and Sheree's relationship being the top storyline. Do y'all feel that way? Or do y'all disagree with me? Did y'all enjoy this episode or not? I thought it was fine. It was okay. It was nothing. It was okay. It was okay. But let me hear from you. Let me know what grade you give it. Drop it in the comments. By the way, Summer House Martha's Vineyard is a really good show. Are y'all watching it? I like it. Now, am I going to recap it? Maybe not, but I gonna recap everything, child. But I do like the show. I really do. I love seeing young Black professionals and just people living their best life, having fun. And it's a really good show. So if you're not watching it, Carlos King is recommending that you all watch Summer House Martha's Vineyard. I like this show a whole lot. So get into that, and I will see y'all next time.